Okay, I'm about to go to work out. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make my post-workout shake before I leave. Typically when I come back from a workout, I'm feeling pretty drained. It's always nice when I can come home and just slam down the post-recovery workout shake and not have to worry about getting all the ingredients together, getting them in the blender and blending it all up. So I'll do this before I leave, and that's why I sound pretty chipper right now. If I were making this after the workout, I'd probably sound a little bit more tired. So anyway, this is a pretty simple shake, pretty straightforward. You can see on the left here, I'm using Progenex. This is the designer whey protein supplement that I've begun using here over the last, say, 4 or 5 months. I'm really sold on the recovery, which is the far left. I use that regardless after a hard workout, and occasionally I put in more muscle. That's chocolate flavored, the more muscle is. The recovery is actually raw. And I also have here, you can see some blueberries, almost a cup of blueberries. I have some organic French vanilla yogurt. I'll add some of that to the water that I'm going to add for some thickness, and then also a banana, and then you can see the water on the far right. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and put about 8 ounces of water into the Blendtec, and then about 2 tablespoons of yogurt. The yogurt is good for thickness, texture, as well as it adds some quality fat content. We're then going to add an entire banana. And after a hard workout, even though bananas do tend to spike insulin pretty strongly, they're high in sugars, they're unrefined natural sugars, but sugars nonetheless, they do tend to have a pretty dramatic impact on your insulin. After a workout, when you're trying to re-infuse your body, your muscles with calcium and with protein, it's not actually a bad idea to have some carbohydrates, some natural sugars. This apparently helps speed the process of delivering the proteins and the calcium back into your system. So we'll put that in. Next, I'm going to go ahead and put in the proteins. Here's the more muscle. It's chocolate. Chocolate's never a bad thing, at least if you ask me. This is the raw formula recovery. Boy, is this stuff amazing. Really speeds the recovery process and cuts down on the next day soreness. And then about a cup of blueberries. So we'll put that in as well. I'm going to put the lid on. And we'll hit smoothie. Let that get almost all the way through its cycle. I've reserved a place in the freezer. I'll put this in here since I'll be back within an hour. And then when I come back, I'll be able to go ahead and maybe mix this up a little bit more. You're going to find the texture of this is pretty thin, not too thin, but it's not watery thin or anything like that, but it's certainly not really thick like some of the other smoothies that I make that are meal replacement smoothies. You'll also find that it tends to separate fairly quickly. The yogurt helps keep it together a little bit longer, but it still does kind of separate quickly. So when I come back from the workout, I will go ahead and reblend this. I might even add a couple of ice cubes to cool it down a little bit even more, add a little bit more texture to it. But this particular smoothie has roughly about 5 grams of fat. It also has roughly 40 grams of protein, which makes it a really good amount of protein for my weight and height. I'm 182 pounds and a little bit over 6 foot, so that works out well for me. At any rate, that's the smoothie. It tastes terrific, by the way. I recommend it highly. If you have any questions, let me know. Hope you enjoy. Okay, I am back. I am junk at this point for the workout. And I'm going to go ahead and remix this just to put some air back into it. And in there. That's what the consistency looks like. Kind of looks like a chocolate shake. It'll taste sort of like a banana chocolate. You really won't taste too much of the strawberries. I know it's sacrilegious putting this into a Guinness pint glass, but why not? And there you have it. Chocolate, banana, blueberry, Progenex recovery shake. Down the hatch. Hope you enjoy.